So here's an alternative for these backgrounds that may interest you, especially maybe for your intro or especially for your credits. But I'm going to do it for this category. Let me show you what I've done. I've taken the 3 pictures that are in that category and I've turned them into black and white pictures that are in the background. Things are running a little slow with all the programs I have going, but let's try this same thing with our animals. So going to the animals, if I double click on this one, you can see how I did that. You can see that I have the pictures on tracks underneath my background, which is hidden. So I can turn that back on and it goes back to the way it was, but I can also hide it if I want to do this. Let's do that for our animals. So what you see I've done here is I've given myself a lot more room for my video tracks by just squishing the audio tracks down. So if there are no video tracks, of course, you can just put something where you wish there was one, and Premiere figures that out. So I've got my animals and my background, which I'm going to hide, and now I'm going to try putting my pictures on there. Now when I take a look at those pictures and try to plan it out, I can see that I've got the face of the kitty cat, I've got a snake head, and then I've got an alligator. So I've got 3 pictures, so I'm going to have to do one larger than the rest, and the alligator looks like it would do really well right across the bottom here, and then have the snake and the cat. So let's do that. So here with animals, I'm going to go and look for my alligator picture, and I'm going to put it at the very bottom. Now it's going to be really, really big, so I do need to find a good number here where the alligator can be at the bottom. Maybe across the bottom like that. Can I scale it down any further? Well, not really, or I'm going to not have pixels on the screen. So it's got to be kind of a new magic number, but pretty close to the old one. All right, so let me get my snake right here, and I'm going to put him on the screen. He is going to need to be smaller and up in the upper right-hand corner. So let me try that, because he's facing to the left, so that kind of makes sense right there. And then I've got a cat that I want to be on the screen as well. So let me take cute cat and fit it into that slot and change its scale. So I really liked having the eyes nice and big there, but if I try to position those eyes, you can see that it's taking up a lot more room. We have parts of this picture that are covering up other parts. So it's time for me to go and look for some effects, including the black and white effect. So I'm going to switch to my effects workspace. So the first thing I want to do is crop off or cut off this part of the cat picture. So I'm going to look for my crop tool and I'm going to drop it on my cat. I can then have, as you can see, these effects in the effect control. I've got a left, which I can take a little bit off, and I have a right, and I'm going to move this and just try and position it into that corner a little bit better. And there we go. We've got our 3 pictures on the screen. Maybe not perfect. Maybe we want to take a little bit off of other ones, but that gets us our 3 pictures on the screen. So now I can type the word black and do a search, because as you can see, there is a Hero 3 black camera. So I'm going to need to add the and symbol right there to find black and white. I'm going to drop it on these pictures, just like that. And it's a very simple effect that simply takes the color out. So now my animals text is still nice and bright and colorful. Looks like I may have done that twice. Let me add black and white to my crocodile as well. And now I've got a little collage of pictures that has my animals in it for my animals category title. And just going back to master, that is what is going to show right here. But I can easily put it back if I decide I want to do another version. Now doing credits at the end would be a lot more video tracks, of course, because we're going to have 9 pictures. You don't have to use all 9. You could just make a collage of your favorites. But it is a matter of positioning them, scaling them, and in a lot of cases cropping parts off of pictures that you don't want covering up other pictures. So we've got the crop tool, crop effect, When I click on one of these pictures right here, you can see that I've got the crop and the black and white both in effect. So something to think about.